We're following a breaking news alert now. New information about the murder of a pregnant woman in Spring Hill. Megan Fees at the WKRN.com alert desk with the arrest documents just in.
Yeah, Nicole, good morning. A new arrest warrant identifies that victim as 30-year-old Ariel Nevilles and shows that she was 7 months pregnant when she was murdered. Spring Hill police say they arrived to find her body while responding to a welfare check on Gale Lane in Spring Hill on Monday. Robertson County Sheriff's deputies arrested the man who made the call, 29-year-old Vidol Wegner of Indiana. He's charged now with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony murder. That arrest warrant also revealing that Wegner admitted to police he strangled Nevels 2 different ways to kill her and their unborn child. Wegner has been transported to the Murray County Jail. Nicole.
On January 20th, 2025, a young woman, 7 months pregnant, was found dead in her home. At first, it seemed like an ordinary welfare check. Her boyfriend called 911, claiming something was wrong, that she wasn't responding. But when the police arrived, what they discovered shattered any illusion of innocence. What began as a frantic plea for help quickly turned into something far more chilling, a confession that would stun everyone who heard it. But it wasn't just the confession that was shocking. It was the truth behind it, a truth that would unravel a story of betrayal, anger, and violence. One that would leave you questioning how well we ever really know the ones we love. This is the story of Ariel Nevilles and the man who took her life. The man she trusted with her future, with their unborn child. But why? What pushed him to this point? What could possibly explain a tragedy like this? Stay with us as we reveal the shocking truth behind this disturbing case. Ariel Nevilles was born on November 5, 1994, in the small town of Valparaiso, Indiana. From the outside, her life seemed to follow a path of quiet determination, built on hard work and service to others. Ariel wasn't someone who craved attention, but she commanded respect. As a young woman, she decided to join the Illinois Army Reserves, an experience that shaped much of who she would become. It wasn't just about the uniform or the duty. It was about the strength, discipline, and courage it instilled in her, qualities she carried through the rest of her life. After her time in the reserves, Ariel found a career as a union millwright. It was a challenging job, requiring technical skills and resilience. She became well known in her field, installing and maintaining heavy machinery, working alongside men who often underestimated her. But she was no stranger to hard work. Friends and colleagues described her as someone who didn't back down, a woman of grit with a soft spot for the people she cared about. Ariel wasn't just a woman who worked with her hands. She had a heart full of compassion. It was at this job she met the man she fell in love with and who would later end her life and that of their unborn daughter. But most importantly, she was excited about becoming a mother. She was 7 months pregnant at the time of her death, eagerly preparing for the arrival of her first child. This was the next chapter she had been looking forward to. Ariel had always wanted to be a mother. It was a dream she had carried with her for years, and now that dream was on the cusp of becoming reality. She had the support of her family, and friends described her as a loving, kind-hearted person, someone who brightened any room she walked into. Vidol was 29 years old, originally from Indiana like Ariel. Their relationship was more than just a connection between 2 people. It seemed, at first, like a typical love story. They had met a few years before, and things quickly turned serious. From the outside, they seemed like a perfect match, 2 young people building a life together. But, as it so often happens, appearances can be deceiving. Vidol was a man of few words, quiet and reserved. There wasn't much known about his past, something he was good at keeping under wraps. What people did know, however, was that his relationship with Ariel wasn't without its complications. It wasn't long before their relationship began to show cracks. What began as a simple disagreement about their future escalated as Ariel's pregnancy progressed. Friends and family members noted the tension building between them, a tension that wasn't immediately obvious to those around them. On January 20th, 2025, the quiet town of Spring Hill, Tennessee, became the backdrop to a tragedy that would forever change the lives of those who loved Ariel Nevilles. It was just another day. No one could have known that, within hours, the peaceful neighborhood would be rocked by a devastating discovery. According to Spring Hill Police Department, Robertson County Sheriff's Office requested a welfare check around 6 a.m. that morning in respect of a concerning phone call that dispatch received. Officers had to go check out the house located on the 2000 block of Gale Lane, where they reportedly found a 30-year-old woman who has sustained fatal wounds. She was identified by authorities as the victim Ariel Nevilles, who was 7 months pregnant at the time of her death. Robertson County deputies then went ahead to arresting the very person who made the initial phone call, 29-year-old Vidol Wegner from Indiana, who was Nevels' boyfriend. After the arrest, Wegner admitted to strangling Nevels 2 different ways to kill her and their unborn child. Wegner allegedly waited until his girlfriend was dead to leave the home. He was transported from Robertson County to the Maury County Jail. Wegner said he was upset that Nevels got pregnant and wanted to keep the baby. When asked if he killed her, "What did I do?" Wegner replied. Then he went on to say, "No, dude, I didn't. She did it to herself. I told her this is the way. I had a beautiful future set up for us. She wanted to act crazy. She chose this. It didn't have to be this way." He continued, explaining further, "I'm protecting my legacy. I'm abiding by the Constitution. I'm not doing anything wrong. There is no way to get her to be held accountable for what she's doing. We had an agreement. Why did she go back on that?" When asked if he was mad because Nevels got pregnant, Wegner offered the following answer. "Listen, when I started that relationship, I told her, if we get pregnant, are we going to do something about it? She said, yeah. She found out 10 weeks in. She said, I want to keep it. I'm like, didn't we have that conversation? I'm not doing this. She said, yeah." He blames her for going back on their agreement, which ultimately led to the tragic outcome. When also if he missed her or the thought of even getting a chance to meet that little baby. His reply, "Listen, I loved her. I would have took care of her, the baby. I would have took care of her siblings that she wanted to take with us. I would have done all of that." The agreement between them had been clear in his mind. Terminate the pregnancy, or there would be consequences. Ariel's decision to go against that agreement, in Vidol's words, had led to her demise. A close friend of Ariel Nevilles shared her memories of Ariel. She described Ariel as a kind and loving person, someone who was not only excited about becoming a mother but also known for taking care of her siblings and her pets. Ariel had 5 pet snakes which she loved dearly. She continued, explaining that Ariel had moved from Indiana to Tennessee in 2023 to pursue a better job and be closer to her siblings. She was excited about the future, particularly her upcoming role as a mother. Ariel had even gone for a gender test and was thrilled to learn she was expecting a girl. She also expressed that she wanted the world to know what a great person Ariel was, emphasizing her caring nature and the love she had for her family and animals. She just wanted to be a good mom, Paige said. She was going to be a great mother, and she didn't deserve what happened. Wegner, during an interview, stated that he could make $10,000 a month, as could Nevilles, that he had looked forward to moving with Nevilles to Detroit with expectations the auto industry would flourish. Wegner has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 1 for Nevilles and 1 for her unborn child. He is also charged with 1 count of felony murder. He is currently being held without bond in the Maury County Jail ahead of his next court date, which is set for February 3rd. What's next for Vidol Wegner? Wegner is expected to go through the legal process, including a trial, where prosecutors will present evidence against him, including his confession and other details surrounding the case. His defense team may argue various points, but the outcome will depend on how the case proceeds in the courtroom. If convicted, Wegner could face life in prison without the possibility of parole or, in some states, even the death penalty. The charges of first-degree murder and felony murder carry significant legal consequences. This case is far from over, and there are still many questions left unanswered. Do you believe Vidol Wegner is solely responsible for Ariel Nevilles' death? Or is there more to the story than we know? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss the implications of his chilling confession. If you want to stay updated on this case and others like it, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any new content as we continue to follow the story. Like, share, and help spread the word about her story. Her memory deserves to be heard. Together, we can keep fighting for justice and uncovering the truth.